Right now on Thornton360, City Council received some input from residents regarding a proposed neighborhood. It's time for back-to-school driver education, what those yellow flashing lights mean to you. And Thornton hosts hundreds of runners as part of a very popular marathon coming to Thornton. Thornton360 starts right now. Hello and welcome to Thornton360. I'm Todd Barnes. We begin with the latest from City Council. In a public hearing, Council received lots of feedback from residents regarding the future of a parcel of land located at 150th Avenue and York Street.
There's a lot of development going on, and it's going to be up that I-25 corridor. It's going to be up around, I know the properties north of our property is going to be developed. I can tell you, researching Carlson, speaking with him at our meeting, I feel he's a man of integrity, and I think he'll do what's right for the development. I don't care. The county's done well for me with that field because it's been a field since 2003. And I think if Carlson takes this and proposes it to county, I think he'll propose it in a similar fashion and bring something that's quality. I am opposed to the property because of the quality of life, though. And I still want to see my neighbors walk behind my house. I still want to see the bald eagles. And I still want to see my kids play in those fields.
And in the North Washington Sub-Area Plan, there is a map that refers to this property as a potential open space purchase. That document is also a guiding document, and it states very clearly in there that it simply provides a vision for that. And one of the answers that I provided in response to these questions at the neighborhood meeting, which I would also reiterate here, is that the city has so many open space dollars in order to buy open space with. I believe that that the city looked heavily into purchasing that property as open space, along with some of the purchases that the city did make. We contacted the property owner about that, and the price that was asked simply exceeded the price that we thought it was worth, and the price that we had the property appraised at. And so I believe that we simply put our resources in other areas. The city did purchase a lot of open space in this area. We simply didn't purchase that piece. It was desired at one time to be open space, but again, that plan is intended to provide a vision for what could be and kind of a map to that future. It is not supposed to be a promise of open space, and it is articulated fairly clearly in those documents that it is simply a guide and a vision. And so that's the answer that we provided at the neighborhood meeting, and I would reiterate that again this evening.
I have to say I can't disagree with any of the concerns that anybody's brought up here tonight. And so I find myself, and I think the rest of the council, in a position where we have to balance out, you know, where do we want to put our trust in? Do we want to say, yes, we want to annex it into the city of Thornton so we as a community can have say in the development, the conceptual site plan, ensure that the development's built to a standard that meets our community standards, is compatible with our neighborhoods, protects the property values, and looks to mitigate the impacts of development? Or do we say we're going to leave it in Adams County's hands and hope that they'll do a better job than we would have done? And my biggest concern isn't so much this development and whether Carlson's would go forward with developing this exact development or not. My bigger concern would be is if the development were to change, and instead of being a single family, that it may be more profitable or may make more sense to address it with a multifamily development or a potential convenience store option with multifamily or any other number of uses. And so that's what I'll be weighing tonight is, do I trust the city of Thornton to protect the residents, our property values, our communities, and look out for those needs? Or do I say, we'll put it in the hands of the county and we'll let the developer in the county decide what best fits in there? And so those are the considerations I'll be putting forth tonight, and that's really how I'll be making my decision is where do I really trust to make sure that we look out for our community. So.
City Council also approved a number of measures that will be on the ballot Thornton voters will see in November. There are 5 questions asking voters to make changes to the city charter, and 1 question asking if residents approve of restoring the authority of Thornton to provide high-speed broadband and other communication services to residents and businesses in the city, should that be a need in the community. The state legislature revoked this authority for cities, counties, and towns in Colorado in 2005. but many communities are holding votes to restore their city's ability to provide these services. To see the entire City Council meeting, tune to Xfinity Channel 8 or visit cityofthornton.tv. School is back in session, so you're asked to slow down in school zones.
Flashing lights are positioned at roughly the boundaries of our school zones in an effort to bring awareness to drivers that there's actually a reduction in the speed limit when you enter into a school zone. Typically in residential areas, normal posted speed limit is 25 miles per hour. We use the flashing lights to reduce the speed to 20 miles per hour. You'll also see some flashing lights along arterial street, and we'll reduce the speed limit to 25 on those arterial streets. The flashing lights are set up based on the schedule in conjunction with the school district and the school. For example, the school zone lights for elementary schools will flash at different periods than those for middle schools or high schools. Speeding through a school zone, it's not worth it. The extra few seconds that you save by speeding through the school zone doesn't really gain you much in the end. What you want to do is pay attention to your surroundings, watch for students, watch for drivers, adhere to that speed limit that's posted out there when the school zone lights are flashing. So I would ask anyone in the school zone, again, to be mindful of the signs, the posted speed limit, watch for children, watch traffic in front of you, and just be on your toes, be aware.
City of Thornton recreation facilities will close for annual maintenance in late August. Here's what you need to know.
This building gets, as you know, a lot of usage, and after 12 months of heavy usage, including this summertime, this building really needs a little bit of a break in order for us to make it shine again. It takes a lot of beating throughout the year, and the heavy usage really takes its toll on this building. So every year for the last 21 years, we've been closing this building down right around the time that the kids go back to school at the end of August, and we drain our pools, we do some painting, we refinish our hardwood floors, we buy some new fitness equipment, and we really give it a nice little mini facelift. And while it may seem like an inconvenience to our customers every year, most of them are very appreciative of the fact that the city keeps continuing to support this operation, and we try to keep it in as good a shape as possible. The dates for our annual shutdown this year are August the 29th through the 7th of September, which is Labor Day, and then we open back up the following morning at 5:30 in the morning.
The Rock and Roll Denver Marathon celebrates its 10th anniversary this year with a redesigned 26.2-mile route that brings the race through Thornton. The race takes place Sunday, October 18th, with the new start line at the Adams County Fairgrounds.
The starting line will be on the main road into the park. We will have an announcer, band set up. We've got a bunch of music pumping, get your blood going for the run, get you really, really excited. The start village will be here at Adams County Fairground. We will send off the marathoners in smaller waves because we'll be ending up on the trail. We want to separate our wave start so that smaller groups go off at a time. There's plenty of parking here at Adams County Fairground, and we'll make sure that the participants, families, and friends that want to come out here have the opportunity to come out, park, and then, it's really convenient to Brighton Road, and then they can get right back into downtown. We start here in the park. We'll run north on Riverdale Road up to an entrance onto the Front Range Trail, and then they'll be on the Front Range Trail for a short period of time before getting back on Riverdale Road. There is great views of the South Platte River. The area up here is beautiful, lush, green, amazing.
Lots of Thornton residents are sure to be running, and even if you're not, you can watch and cheer as the marathon winds along our city's streets and trails.
We'll have cheer locations set up throughout the course, and hopefully we'll have parking areas because we're on a trail. We won't want to park people into neighborhoods, but there are several areas where we have access points to the trail. I can think of one at 88th and Colorado.
This race route is another gold star on a long list of outdoor activities that Thornton has worked to offer to residents.
I'm really appreciative of our new partners with the City of Thornton and Adams County who have embraced the event and are excited about having the Rock and Roll Denver Marathon start and run through their beautiful cities.
The marathon race route takes runners along scenic farmland on Thornton's Riverdale Road and along the South Platte River. Lisa Wilson has more from the race course and shows us what it has to offer.
We're here on the bike path near 88th and Colorado. This is one of the stretches that will carry the runners through Thornton on their way to downtown Denver. This stretch runs along the South Platte River, and it gives those runners a great view of the many beautiful sights that Thornton has to offer.
Well, Thornton Parks and Trails, we call them our string of pearls. We've got about 700, a little over 700 acres of parkland divided up into 85 parks and about 117 acres of off-street trails. Connecting the trails are our string and the parks are our pearls, and so that connects our system.
While marathon runners will cover 26.2 miles, Thornton offers miles and miles of parks and open space for you to explore at your own pace.
We get lots of compliments. I think we do a good job of taking care of them and providing a wide variety of amenities for the public. It's recreation, it's exercise, it's relaxation, it's quality of life.
You don't have to run a marathon to enjoy Thornton's parks, trails, and open space. Just go to cityofthornton.net, look for Park Finder to map your next adventure in Thornton.
Thanks, Lisa. The city's water quality lab recently underwent a site audit by the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment. The lab met all requirements and all certifications have been renewed. This means a responsible, qualified lab is analyzing the city's water samples, and the city is saving money and time by doing these analyses in-house versus paying another lab to do them. Now here are your water quality and water conservation tips of the day.
Residential car washing is something that we all do, and we just encourage you to wash your car on the lawn so it soaks into the lawn. We recommend not using a lot of water or a lot of soap and letting it run down the storm drain. We strongly recommend just using a public car wash. Commercial car washes recycle the water, but if you do it at home, use soap sparingly and use more water without soap to wash your car, and then don't allow it to run down the storm drain.
Hi, I'm Laura with Thornton Water. Here's today's water saving tip. Raise your lawnmower blade to leave grass 3 inches tall. Longer grass blades provide a cooler, shadier environment for your lawn's roots and soil. Mulching your clippings back into the lawn will provide nutrients to the soil and lawn roots as well. For more information, go to thorntonwater.com.
There's a new art exhibit now open at Thornton's Oz Gallery. It features art inspired by whimsy.
This is called It's Only Make-Believe Art Exhibit, and we have 8 artists that entered with kind of their imaginations. Things are sort of abstract, sort of semi-real, so they're kind of fantasy. There's lots of exciting sort of things going on, a lot of imagination. I think you kind of get outside your comfort zone when you look at them and try to determine what the artist was trying to say. All of them are beautiful in their own way, but they're all just kind of surprising works of art. The exhibit is free. It'll be up until October 8th, weekday afternoons from 1:30 to 5 at the Thornton Arts and Culture Center, which is at 9209 Dorothy Boulevard. We do want people to vote for their favorite because we'll be purchasing the People's Choice to add to our permanent exhibit. So we've got about 14 pieces now, and we'd like to know what the community would like to buy. So people can come in and vote for their favorite piece, and the winner will be purchased by Tashko.
That's it for this edition of Thornton 360. I'm Todd Barnes. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.